Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of I Am Legion for Dying Light 1 and 2. My name is Jason, the creator of the mod, and I'm here with another update video. I've already released a video covering the new features of the launcher, and so I won't dive too much into the details specific to the launcher. Please check out the previous video if you haven't had a chance to check, and also make sure to subscribe if you're interested in upcoming features and what's going on with the mod. Happy to show you guys what I've been working on and what will be featured next. So the launcher has been soft released on the Patreon site. If you're not a member of the Patreon site, you can sign up for free membership to get the latest subscription and updates of what is getting released onto the Patreon, as well as what's getting released onto the Nexus. As always, the Discord is a great place to follow all the latest changes and updates. So if you're not a member of the Discord community, make sure to jump on and catch up with everybody who's enjoying the mod as well. So with this latest update, just to quickly go through here, once you launch the launcher that you can pull off of the Patreon, you can go in here and actually very quickly install different updates, different events, different pathways that I put out for the mod. All of this is hooked up to GitHub, and so I can push out new features, hot fixes, all that good stuff straight to you guys. Everything is getting auto updated and also allowing you to pull updates here in the future without having to do any heavy lifting on your side as the user. So hopefully you guys are enjoying. In the future, I'll also be putting out updates for the latest changes inside the news section over here as well, and so please stay tuned for that. You can also launch the mod config and the save game tool from the launcher as well. So if you want to quickly modify the game or change settings in the mod config, you can use this as a one-stop shop. I would recommend adding it to the non-Steam games or something like that when you're launching Dying Light. At least that's how I've designed it, so that you can very quickly check the latest status of the game. It'll let you know if the game is no longer the latest version, if it's been updated. For example, we have a new version of the game that's dropping tomorrow. And so for that, I'm hoping that for all of you who grab the launcher, you can help me identify any challenges that come up, so that when we launch this full launcher onto the Nexus, we can try to identify, edge cases or what may have come up when trying to get this latest version, and helping smooth out this process for the other users. So please let me know your feedback. It's very early release, so I am looking forward to hearing any of your feedback. I appreciate it. So to close this out, let's dive back into the game and let me go through the Halloween event. So the big change from the normal gameplay and what comes with the Halloween event is currently it's still ongoing development. I've had a lot of testing go into this week, but one of the biggest things that has been released is that the vampires are here. So the vampires have actually joined the ranks in the game. What is that flashing? That's really weird. Let me go check this out. I'm not sure what that is. I'm glad you guys are seeing this too. Um, So I've added vampires to the game, actual vampires that you can fight in the world. They're not as easy to spot outside of the fact that they have the red eyes and they have the visuals that make them look like vampires. You can find them at night and you can find them in some interiors. They won't be as easy to spot until you see their movement. I actually am really happy with how their movement turned out. I'm looking forward to your guys' feedback on whether you guys like these guys or if improvements are needed. This is the first Halloween event that will be going out for the mod, and so I'm looking forward to this idea of releasing events for you guys here in the future. And so the best way to do so is by getting your guys' feedback. So let's see if we can spot them. So they're going to be spawned randomly into the world along with the volatiles. So here at night, you'll be able to spot them inside the environment. They're going to have a similar animation to the virals. So they'll look similar to virals up on top of the buildings. But when you actually get close enough, you'll start to notice behaviors that are unique to the vampires. Damn. See, he spotted me. Wonder what that is. I feel like that hasn't been happening before. Here in the next couple of days to weeks, as I'm getting these updates out, I'll also be putting out an update showing off the difficulty differences between the mod so that you guys can better see which difficulty you guys want and what the differences are between those. I know that's something that, especially as the mod has continued to update, is something that has changed with time, and so I will get that over to you guys so that you can decide for yourself which version of the game you want to play. I think these are them. Oh, these are the clowns. So they're actually the smaller clowns too. So the killer clowns have also been added to the game. I'm not sure why they're so tiny. Maybe I'm just really big. And here's a vampire. So this is actually one of the lower tier vampires, as can be seen by the fact that they're not moving super fast. But their focus is that they're able to move around you and swipe at you and try to get behind you. And so they will do a good amount of damage compared to the virals. But they're really, their focus is that they're not friends with anyone but each other. And because they move so quickly, so they actually call for reinforcements. So the longer you're around the different vampires, the more they'll call for different groups. But you can see here that they have the red eyes, and I actually was able to release about 50 different versions of these guys. So you'll see their red eyes here in the environment, and that's how you'll know that they are the vampires. They didn't give me any sharp pointy teeth to work with, so for now this is the biggest indicator, but their movement is probably the biggest thing that will give them away. And here in the future I'll be working to create legendary versions and bosses of the vampires so that as you're playing you're able to get different loot and different items based on killing and fighting the different vampires in the world. So these guys are, as I mentioned earlier, they're only friendly with themselves, and so they won't actually be, they'll actually be fighting the rest of the world as well. So as you're spotting them in the world, and of course this is the GRE volatile, that maybe some of you guys were curious what he looked like. He's going to start fight or chases in these higher levels. And please let me know your guys' feedback coming up as far as what it's a lot of vampires. What with the difficulties, the balancing between the different volatiles and enemies in the world. I am curious. It sounded like there were some balancing challenges as far as having the different roaming volatiles that they've added, the pack leaders as I've been calling them with the red dots, and having those guys inside the world versus having the ones inside the world that I've added that don't have the indicators above their heads. I do want to hear from you guys kind of what your thoughts are on the balance between that and how we can continue to dial that in for you guys. But the goal is to try to make this all able to be balanced through the config or through tools inside the game. So for example, with the launcher, being able to actually go and have all of that set to where you can choose if you want a lot of volatiles or you want small amount of volatiles. Sadly, all of that is being loaded in through the spawn tables, and so it's not something that's super easy to just set. That's something that actually has to be modded into the game itself, and it does take time and balancing. And so thank you guys for your patience and continuing to give me feedback over time. I do realize with the last couple of updates that there have been times where not everything is worked as you would expect, but that's all part of the process here of getting in your feedback and making sure that the features that you would like to see in the mod That's really the focus here of getting the launcher out to you guys, is making sure that you guys are able to get as many features into the game as you'd like, so you have the ultimate playthrough in the future. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for me. I'm going to be continuing to work on the Halloween update. We're going to keep this video kind of short and sweet. Looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback. If you are not a member of the Discord community, make sure to jump on. If you have not subscribed to my channel and are interested in future updates and some of the content that's going to be released here shortly, now that the launcher is getting soft launch, please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, to the Patreon, and to the Discord channel, of course. And I look forward to hearing your guys' feedback. And as always, I look forward to creating more content for you guys. Enjoy. Happy gaming.